So, we need to have a serious talk, guys. At every event, Apple focuses on how great the iPhone is, how a huge team of engineers worked on it, dust-proof, waterproof. There's even a video that shows that nothing happens to the iPhone when it's dropped. But let's be honest, all of this is just marketing. In real life, everything is not so smooth, and I'll tell you more, there is a huge chance that quite ordinary things might kill your iPhone. And I think you really don't want your brand new iPhone 14 Pro to go from this to this, just because of lack of awareness. The first item on the agenda is the less obvious one: cases. Incorrect case selection can lead to broken back glass or screen. Now, it sounds absurd, right? So how can a case damage my iPhone? Let me explain. We all love colorful silicone cases. They help showcase personality and express ourselves. Yet, using a $1 case has its drawbacks. All those trashy cases from AliExpress or eBay weren't designed by engineers. Low-quality molds and sturdy rubber, that's what you get. Putting them on and off can lead to twisting your phone and building pressure on the glass. And when the pressure gets too high, the glass shatters. Such a complex repair can sometimes cost more than an entire phone. Additionally, broken glass stops being a shield from dust, humidity, and grease. All those substances will quickly find their way inside your iPhone and start damaging the components. To top all that, you need to consider scratches on the iPhone's body. Cases without proper padding accumulate sand particles in between the phone and the case itself, leaving deep scratches. Most people don't pay enough attention to charging their phones. The majority of issues you may encounter start with incorrect charging. As the technologies progress, chargers become more intelligent. They balance the current and voltage better, thus saving your devices from overcharging. Do you use old power bricks? Stop doing that. It's generally recommended to use high-quality power adapters for charging. Cheap chargers lead to faster battery degradation, and no one wants to spend a few $100s on a new phone every now and then. The same goes for fast charging. Increased voltage and current lead to intensive wear of the battery. Those precious minutes you save can be worth a fortune if you are a top-tier businessman, but every penny saved is welcomed if you are a regular working person or a student. But that's not all. What cable do you use? Is it original, made by Apple, or a cheap knockoff? Alongside overheating and not providing enough surge protection, inexpensive cables may even damage the iPhone's charging port. Lightning is a pretty delicate connector, prone to broken pins or turnout soldering. If you are a fan of wireless charging, great. It's proven that wireless charging pads put less strain on the battery while charging, but yet again, it applies mainly to higher-end chargers. If your iPhone supports MagSafe, we recommend paying extra for a dedicated MagSafe charger. For only $39, you completely eliminate all dangers that usually come with charging. The MagSafe charger does require a powerful power adapter, yet paying $60 for chargers is much better than $300 for repair. You surely can say that everything said before is basic, trivial, and unoriginal. Those use cases have been around for years, and no one seems to mind, right? How about things you never notice? There are certain scenarios where your iPhone is subjected to severe conditions. Imagine you're sitting in a coffee shop, finishing your feed scrolling session, and you get a brilliant idea. I'm gonna connect to the local Wi-Fi and watch a Top Gear episode, and then log into my personal account, enter my card details, and buy an app I've been wanting to get. And then you realize that you cannot watch Top Gear because there is a geo restriction, and your data has been leaked because you've been connected to the public Wi-Fi the whole time. So it turns out that you should have been using Atlas VPN to protect your data and yourself. And they are kindly sponsoring this video. Atlas VPN is a tool for your devices that encrypts your data and hides your virtual location. It also protects you from spying, public Wi-Fi dangers, and hides your IP address and your online activities. When you connect to a VPN server, your device is given a new DNS and IP address. This way, a virtual private network makes all of your internet traffic travel through an encrypted tunnel. This keeps you safe and has the bonus of giving you access to websites and media at any of Atlas VPN servers. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus all have geo restrictions due to licensing rights. This means that hundreds of exclusive shows or even the streaming services may not be available to you based on your location. With Atlas VPN, you can bypass these restrictions and access your favorite content content from across the world. To unlock your favorite content with Atlas VPN, you simply connect to the server of the country of which library you want to unlock, for example, the UK. Reload Netflix, and now the library of UK Netflix should be available. And it works on iOS, Mac, Windows, and Android, so you can stay secure on all of your devices. Plus, with Atlas VPN Data Breach Monitor, you can see if any of your emails, passwords, and other sensitive information have been involved in any data breaches. Right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. It means you can get a free year subscription for just $1.99 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description below. Imagine this: you're sitting near the pool charging your phone. The sun is blasting, and killing monsters in Genshin Impact has never been more exciting. A sudden change of heart forces you to jump into the pool to record some underwater footage. Nothing fishy is going on, right? Wrong. At least 2 actions may lead to a full-fledged explosion. This story presents 4 mistakes anyone can make while using their iPhone. You've guessed the first one: prolonged exposure to high temperatures. Modern phones are made of metal and glass, which makes them great at heat conduction. All those photons from the sun increase the external and internal temperature of a phone. The chemicals in batteries start acting weird, engaging in uncontrolled reactions. High temperatures alone might result in an explosion if the device was left under direct sunlight for long enough. Avoid hot environments if you don't want to get burnt or buy a new phone. Also, gaming while charging. The energy management system in your iPhone is designed to control energy flow. Simultaneous charge and discharge put those algorithms to the test while also damaging the battery. The whole structure of battery just screams about consistency and order. The charge should come after the discharge, not simultaneously. When the cycle is broken, the dangerous chemicals are brought outside their safe zone, leading to faster deterioration, decreased battery health, overheating, and possible explosion. So, don't do that, kids. Now, jumping into the water and shooting underwater videos. When submerged calmly and steadily, the iPhone faces no extreme pressure on its seals. Yet, when vast volumes of water at high speeds meet the iPhone, the velocity of droplets may squeeze them inside through a charging port, volume rocker, mute switch, or even through speakers. The water inside becomes a catalyst for corrosion and short circuits. Both of them are highly undesirable. Remember, water damage is not covered by any warranty. But what's wrong with the underwater video? How can that do any harm? You see, recording video clips does require enormous amounts of computing power. Probably you have noticed how hot your iPhone becomes after a few minutes of continuous shooting. When underwater, the temperature difference between internal components and the surroundings may lead to condensation. Water vapor may appear inside the camera, damage its sensor, or interfere with the correct work of optical stabilization. The same goes for taking a shower with your smartphone. Even leaving it on the counter without direct contact with water may result in an urgent need for a new cell phone. Vapor, again, sneaky one. Through the smallest seams, it penetrates the delicate inside of an iPhone. It gets everywhere, on every chip and connector, leaving no instant trace. But in the long run, it's truly a silent killer. Like a spy or ninja, it destroys the structure from within. Even the newest water-resistant standards can do practically nothing about it. How good are you with self-control? When nervous, we tend to spin things we hold, explore all cavities and seams with fingers and nails. Did you know that fidgeting is the second most popular cause of expensive repairs? People drop phones while subconsciously spinning them, break buttons by pressing them to actively, tear out charging pins and screens by prying them with uncut nails. Such destructive behaviors should be contained. If you are prone to similar actions, try paying more attention to what your hands are doing. This way you could avoid awkward looks of repairmen when they see your lightning port torn off or broken screen with bits of your nails under it. Now, do you leave your iPhone always on? The longest period I haven't rebooted my phone was almost 3 months. It's always charging on the desk near me, used as an alarm clock. It has no rest even at night, counting precious minutes of my sleep. But despite being extremely convenient, such an approach towards your iPhone does arouse serious issues. Leaving an iPhone constantly on doesn't give its processor time to rest, forcing it to work tirelessly to complete background processors that can easily be cast aside. Who needs regular feed updates when the screen is off? The chip has an engineered lifespan, and a continuous extensive load decreases it. Moreover, if you don't turn off the screen while displaying a still image, it may remember the content. It's called burning out and is common for OLED screens. So if you're using an iPhone 10 or newer, take good care of your display. Turn it off each time you're not using it. All users of iPhone 10R, 11, and SE can ignore this because IPS screens are not affected by this issue due to a completely different technology. Opening and closing apps put an unnecessary strain on memory, wearing it down. This is not something you notice easily, but after a few years the phone will begin slowing down. The software needs RAM to function properly, and when the amounts are insufficient, bugs appear. Installing beta software is yet another hazard to your iPhone's longevity. Beta profiles allow for testing unreleased features much faster than they become available to the public. However, software pieces that weren't tested properly do not guarantee stable performance. iOS betas drain the battery much faster, run CPU at higher frequencies, and make more read and write manipulations on the physical memory. I recommend avoiding installing beta software on your devices. If you are extremely cautious, better skip a few release versions completely. The best time to install a system update would be November. The 2-month delay won't hurt you but will save your phone from dying faster. You've probably seen those videos where people clean lightning ports and speaker grills with toothpicks, metal pins, needles, etc. All those cleaning life hacks, despite looking really easy and comprehensible, similar actions, if performed by inexperienced people, lead only to further damaging already unhealthy devices. As already said, the charging port on an iPhone is a fragile element that can be broken effortlessly. The charging pins are made of very thin metal, and incorrectly applied pressure can tear them off. Cleaning speakers with alcohol or solvents is also a bad idea. Chemicals can soak deep inside, leading to distorted audio or total component failure. I'm guessing now you're pretty scared and wondering, should I just stop using my iPhone altogether? No, of course not. I'm just making a point. Be careful and respectful with your gadget. Its complexity has made it fragile. Software is prone to experiencing bugs and hiccups, glass and metal bodies can be easily shattered, and internal components die after a single water droplet. Of course, we live in a disposable world of consumerism, where anything can be bought, but with the current increasing emphasis on recycling and reusing, neglecting your smartphone seems like a dumb idea. The more phones get broken, the more waste is produced. And if we don't wish to live on a planet straight from a Wall-E, a certain amount of care must be put into each electronic device we own. Let's make an important clarification. There is no singular thing that will definitely destroy your phone. It's a set of small actions and habits that, when combined, lead to disaster. Don't be hard on yourself if some of the mentioned routines are a part of your life. If you want your iPhone to deliver joy and happiness for a long time, then take good care of it. Buy original accessories, don't overheat or overcharge your phone, avoid exposure to water, and you'll be fine. I'm confident that after you eliminate some of the previously mentioned bad habits from life, your iPhone will serve you well for many years to come. And I remind you that Atlas VPN is running a huge discount, a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the description below. And see you guys in the next video.